Welcome back to Whatever You Need, your source for the stories behind the screens and the moments that shaped stars. If you love deep dives into the lives of the people who define modern Turkish television, make sure you press like, subscribe, and, if you want to support our work even more, click the join button. Today we unspool a narrative that has captured fans from Istanbul to Milan, a public admission from Yaman about the person who altered his view of the world, Demet Özdemir, and the ripple effects that admission has already begun to create. There are collaborations that produce a single great performance and collaborations that alter trajectories. The partnership between Yaman and Demet Özdemir belongs to the latter group. When their series first aired, audiences did not merely respond to scripted lines and staged embraces. They reacted to an electricity that seemed to leak through the frame and into living rooms across continents. The pair's on-screen rapport generated ratings and a fan culture that extended from Turkey to Italy, Spain, Brazil, and the Middle East. But while cameras and PR narratives framed them as co-stars, insiders on set witnessed a more nuanced evolution, rehearsals that stretched beyond call times, conversations about character choices that turned into conversations about life, and an artistic intimacy that blurred the line between professional collaboration and something more formative. For years, speculation lived in the margins, in fan essays, threaded forums, and late-night talk show banter. Both artists guarded their private lives carefully, offering only the measured language of colleagues and allies. Yet, in a recent televised conversation in Istanbul, Yaman chose a different register, one of reflection rather than deflection. He spoke of a period when his world had been narrow, defined by deadlines and self-imposed discipline, and how the presence of his former co-star offered a corrective, patience where there had been impatience, perspective where there had been single-mindedness. The statement landed like a soft but unmistakable earthquake across social networks, not because it confirmed gossip in lurid detail, but because it recast the entire relationship as a vehicle for personal change. Viewers reacted with both surprise and relief. Many wrote that hearing vulnerability from a man often portrayed in the media as composed and untouchable, felt like witnessing a small cultural shift. Rather than issuing a theatrical rebuttal or a definitive confirmation, Demet Özdemir replied in language that balanced gratitude and privacy. In an Instagram message accompanied by a candid behind-the-scenes snapshot, she reflected on timing, teaching, and shared growth. Her words did not lay out a timeline or settle the question for those demanding a binary answer. Instead, they reinforced the theme that dominated Can's remarks. People can enter each other's lives and change them without the simplicity of a label. The response was widely regarded as graceful, an acknowledgement that honored a past connection while leaving the texture of that connection intentionally open to interpretation. According to colleagues who worked with them during that era, the professional dynamic between Can and Demet was reciprocal. Demet reportedly encouraged moments of self-care that Can had previously neglected, persuading him to take pauses from a punishing schedule and to reevaluate priorities beyond the camera lens. In turn, Can's presence emboldened Demet to pursue roles that demanded new registers of emotional complexity, nudging her away from the safety of romantic comedy archetypes and into parts that revealed deeper dramatic capacity. The result, as industry observers note, was not merely an incremental career boost for either actor but a reframing of their artistic identities. Each absorbed a lesson from the other that would echo through later choices, interviews, and public personas. The immediate effect of the public exchange was a chorus of nostalgia and conjecture. Hashtags and montage videos proliferated in multiple languages, evoking not only the scenes that had once captured audiences, but also the emotional investment those scenes had fostered. Many fans described the moment as cathartic. In online threads, statements ranged from tender reminiscences, "Their chemistry taught me how to hope again for television romance," to pragmatic fandom strategies, "If they return to screen together, subscribe me now." Others adopted a philosophical stance. They celebrated the idea that two public figures could shape one another's inner lives without necessarily fulfilling fans' romantic wishes. That nuanced response, spread across cultural boundaries, underlines how modern fandom often values authenticity and personal growth as much as spectacle. As the online storm settled into sustained conversation, trade outlets began to report that streaming platforms had taken note. Sources in production circles claim that at least one major international service has approached both actors with the prospect of a new joint project. Whether these approaches amount to formal offers or exploratory conversations remains unconfirmed by either star, but the logic is clear. The combination of legacy affection and fresh, humanizing revelations creates a marketable moment. Analysts point out that contemporary viewing trends reward projects that can tap into both nostalgia and novelty. A drama reuniting two actors who carry the weight of a beloved past while appearing to have matured could be positioned as a streaming event. Still, insiders caution that commercial calculus does not guarantee artistic alignment. Only the artists themselves can decide if a shared project would honor the private, formative nature of their history or exploit it. Perhaps more consequential than potential casting outcomes is the cultural reading of Yaman's transparency. Communication specialists and commentators have lauded the admission as an instance of emotional leadership, a public figure modeling a language of appreciation that diverges from clichés about masculine stoicism. Mental health advocates observe that such candid reflections, particularly from men with large platforms, can normalize discussions about transformation, mentorship, and the emotional labor entailed in relationships, romantic or otherwise. In the context of Turkish media, where archetypes of celebrity often lean toward performative confidence, the exchange signified a subtle reorientation. Fame need not preclude tenderness, and admission need not equal weakness. What do you make of this revelation? Do you feel differently about the actors knowing the ways they influenced each other? Which Turkish celebrity would you like us to cover next on Whatever You Need, a profile, an investigative piece, or a behind-the-scenes narrative? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice shapes our next stories. And if you're enjoying deep dives like this one, show your support by liking, subscribing, and hitting that join button so we can continue delivering high-quality storytelling. This is Whatever You Need, curating the stories that matter behind the public gaze. If the tale of Can and Demet resonated with you, please press like, subscribe, and consider joining our channel for exclusive content and early releases. Your engagement helps us ask the right questions and bring forward the full texture of celebrity lives, the professional choices, the private lessons, and the human transformations that often unfold off camera. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more reporting that goes beyond the headlines and into the heart of the story.